My name is James Stewart. I went undefeated through the AMA Motocross Series this year, and I won 8 national championships. Yeah, I have actually a few street bikes. I mean, I have a full-on gold one, and I have a bunch of tricked out ones, but I don't ride them on the street. People like to get buck wild. They like to drive crazy on the road. You can be an accident of somebody else's fault.
Motorcycles are dangerous, right? They will never be safe. We don't ride them because they're safe, right? You get on a motorcycle and you experience a kind of freedom that, you just can't otherwise, And every time you come to a corner, you have a challenge on your hands.
The R1 was 104 mile an hour in first gear. I've tested it, just a stock one right out of the showroom, and I think, whoa, and it gets there fast.
I used to warn these guys left and right, but everybody wants the biggest, the baddest, and the latest and greatest, and I've seen kids just wad themselves up 20 feet from the dealership.
Crashing on a street bike, I see it all the time. When you're driving down the road, you always see the white sheets, and that's not good.
Over the past 5 years, there was 300 Marines and sailors that have been killed in motorcycle accidents. The majority of those 300 were on sport bikes. Being a former Marine, it breaks my heart that a lot of you are dying on sport bikes. So I'm trying to get involved in this to educate you guys so that we don't see you guys dying.
It's not the bike. It never was the bike, and it's never going to be the bike. It's who sits in the saddle. The guy who's sitting in the saddle either knows how to do it or he doesn't know how to do it, right? The fastest bike in the world is a tame pussycat in the hands of a trained rider, right? The slowest bike, a moped, is a deadly instrument in the wrong hands. So how do you get from rank beginner to how to do it really well? The time-honored method would be dirt bike riding. Every pro racer in the world, road racer, has dirt bikes, right? Every single one.
When you ride a dirt bike, you can be a little bit more aggressive, in your learning, because if you go down on a dirt bike, you got open areas. Hopefully you can just get back up and all good, dust it off, fix the bars.
For dirt bikes, it's just a lot easier if you want to get creative and feel like you want to cross the boundaries a little bit and see what you can do on a bike. It's a lot better than the street, that's for sure.
These little dunes here at Glamis are a good way to get things rolling, get warmed up, and if you're not jumping the big stuff, it's a perfect place to find the jumps that are suitable for your needs. Jeff's hitting it on the inside, which is the smaller part. It's a good way to warm up. And then Miles just hit it over to the right more, and it extends the double out. So you can start off small, get your confidence, and then move over and make it as big as you want.
The versatility of having a dirt bike. You can ride motocross, you can go jump in big jumps if you want, if you're up to that level, or you can go trail riding out in the mountains and do some single track. There's so many elements to riding a dirt bike that you don't get out of riding a street bike.
Go out, ride a couple dirt bikes, some dual sport bikes. You guys can slide them around, crash them, take them out on the road.
You can also go many, many, many more places that a sport bike cannot go. 90% of the roads in the world are unpaved, and you're not doing that on a sport bike. I highly encourage everybody out there to give it a shot, especially for a beginner rider.
Now, when we start looking at sport bikes, okay, now they are 100% trickle-down technology from racing. It's made for the track. Where are they the most fulfilling and the most fun to ride? At the track. And I would never tell somebody not to buy one as a street bike, but I would certainly ask them to think twice about trying to figure out how to use that technology on the road.
People aren't looking for a motorcycle, they're looking for a car. So when their motorcycle comes, they got to readjust their mind, so you got to be more aware than them. You got to make sure you have eye contact with that driver, and no matter what, slow down, because even then he still might pull out. And if you haven't done any training, you probably can't stop.
Let me just put something in perspective for you. I'm about to crash here, and you notice all the open area, and there's nothing for me to hit, and I'm still a little nervous.
And we're gonna do this in a full race suit, which is basically the safest thing you can get to ride motorcycles in.
Joe, can you get down there? I don't know if he's alright, actually.
You can see we're through one layer of leather and into the second. We were only doing 40 miles an hour here. I couldn't imagine, I mean, most speed limits are 45, 50. I couldn't even imagine doing 55, 60 or anything like that and sliding off the road with gear, never mind without gear.
People say, oh, I don't want to wear leathers. Well, you know, go out and get yourself some nice triple-stitched pants that have some padding in them and some knee pads. Get yourself a good jacket that's textile or full leather and a nice helmet and a nice pair of gloves.
Companies out there have CE armor for every part of your body, and it all fits underneath your uniform. So there's really no excuses not to have protective gear on 100% of the time when you're riding a motorcycle. You're an idiot if you don't wear your gear.
My Google search will bring up thousands of results of where you can go and get proper training that's going to help you become a better rider all around and grow and become an old rider. You know, that's the goal, is to start out as a young motorcyclist and end up as an old motorcyclist.
I just want to say thank you for all the support you guys have done. I mean, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be free. We wouldn't be doing this interview. We wouldn't even be able to buy motorcycles.
You guys do so much for us. I hope this will help you guys have fun. Semper Ride.
Well, I want to thank you guys for doing your thing, keeping us safe and allowing us the freedom to enjoy motorcycles.
Semper Ride.